Hey guys, it's Yali here with Herbal Turtle, here with your pick a card pile for the week of October 12th through October 18th, 2024. This is where you pick the card pile you are the most drawn to, and I will tell you about your week. So let's start with the first card pile. Hopefully this week will give us a break. All right. This energy feels a little bit similar from a different card pile from last week. And this seems like a different type of insight that's going to be gained with an individual that you've had to set boundaries with. And it seems like this is more in the law system. So if you're dealing with a spouse or a friend who essentially is very immature and is very not on your level, you know, this is the year of karma. This is year 8, and this is basically the year of everyone kind of reaping what they sow. Sometimes when we see people we love or care about suffer, I don't want you to view it as trying to save them, even though I know there can be a part of you that feels like a little bit bad. And even though on the outside of you, you're kind of like fiery about it, there's emotions involved. There's anger, can be triggering. Just know this is kind of where you need to step out of yourself and trust in divine timing. Trust that you don't need to pick up the pieces. You should really, really, really work on balancing everything within yourself. And this phase of your life, this cycle that you've had with this individual is over. And those of you who are single and you're like, what are you talking about? This reading's not going to be for you. This is a very specific collective. So there's emotional ties here. And I don't want you to feel as if you have caused this. Sometimes we're placed in people's lives for a reason. And it's just I'm trying to choose my words carefully because it's just a lot of emotions on my chest area. It's just very heavy. And so in order for you to move through that, I need you to focus, or I would like for you to focus on yourself. I would like for you to focus on what you want to create for yourself, for your life. And let me put this oracle down because that's very important. And let me just read it for you because there's so much that goes into that. Not only that, this person puts you through a lot. So, the weaver is the master of their destiny. This deck is named the Threads of Fate because each one of us has thousands of threads that, when combined, weave the fabric of our life. We can braid, nurture, or sever any strand at any time. And in doing so, we are the weaver. This card urges you to take inventory of all the threads active within your life at the moment. What needs to happen moving forward? Which ones need to grow stronger? Which ones need to be cut? What actions can you take to tend the threads of your fate? And with this specific collective, I can tell you what to do. I can tell you what not to do. The energy this week for you guys is open and healing and making a path. Your spirit team is basically on your side right now. I mean, they're always at your side, but right now is a perfect week for you to really write those questions down and answer them. And I want to challenge you in a way, because I know you're smart, but you doubt yourself. And sometimes you can get a little too angry and too stuck in emotions that it kind of takes a big control. Not only that, it takes a toll of your day. And so for this week, I want you to write those questions down, and I want you to answer them honestly and truthfully. First thing in the morning. And why do I say first thing in the morning? I want you to answer those questions right before you even pick up your phone, because it said first 30 minutes of the day, the subconscious is open. Therefore, you can't really lie to yourself. So you're within your subconscious, answering as truthfully as you can. And that's going to be what is truly in your heart and what needs to happen. And y'all are going to be okay. Look at this. I pulled another one just for clarity. The Hierophant. This is a divinely guided type of change that has been needing to happen. And it's within yourself. And also, don't beat yourself up if change isn't happening as fast as you want to. It's happening up there in the spiritual realm, but just because you don't see here in physical reality doesn't mean it's not happening. Give it time and be patient with yourself. Whew, okay. Those of you working on projects, old ideas need to be thrown out. Old habits need to be thrown out. Things that you're used to need to be thrown out. It seems like also a little bit of psychic abilities are popping up. I feel like this also popped up for last week's card pile too. Anyways, just someone might be triggered, and it's not you that's going to be triggered. It's not what it looks like. It feels like someone else is going to be triggered, and you're going to want to make their life easier and essentially like take more responsibility than what you should. And your intuition is kind of going to be like, I don't know about this right here. Listen to your intuition. If someone's triggered around you, let them be triggered. Don't try and take all the responsibility for yourself, because then what are they going to do? Like what work would they have? They would just sit there. Everyone needs to play their part and play their role. If someone else is triggered and it makes you uneasy and your automatic response is to just take on everything, reevaluate, observe yourself and the part of you that wants to make things easier. Let them have their emotions. Let them do their thing, but also observe how you are feeling within yourself. And your oracle for the week is the observer. So be the observer. Let people be stressed out. Kind of just hold that space for them. Do you have to? Absolutely not. But for me, whenever people get triggered around me, it happens pretty often, especially at work, I let them. And that's it. I kind of just sit there and, like I said, this is not for everyone. Not everyone can handle it. I have a friend of mine who she gets very triggered when people are yelling. And that's perfect. She does not have to sit there and take it, or not that they're directing it towards her, but it's just not for her. So if someone else can do it, that doesn't mean you have to do it. But I do want you to evaluate the part of you that feels like you need to take that responsibility and that workload off of everyone. If someone is feeling unsafe and they're triggered, you need to ground yourself to make sure that you're solid and that you're safe within that environment, even if that means leaving the room or leaving somewhere else. But trust your intuition and be the observer. Hold on, let me put out a few more because this is... Okay. This is a good week for y'all in the sense of the energy that is being held for y'all. But whenever you look back at the fruits of your labor, it's interesting because there's a part of you that is like, man, I didn't do anything with this idea that I had, or I didn't do anything with, I don't know, this degree or this certification or this or that or whatever. And stop. Quit it. What's wrong with changing your mind? What's wrong with changing the path? What's wrong with you growing? I mean, some people as children dream of being a octopus when they get older. Is that gonna happen? No. As we change, as we get older, we realize what we liked, what we were influenced by, the careers that we have chosen, who influenced that truly, if that's truly what we wanted, or we, conformed into society. And it's not a bad thing. And it's interesting because you've come a long way, and with this new thing that you have, I don't want you to be too defensive. Just because your previous lover, spouse, treated you a type of way, it doesn't mean that this new person or this new friend is going to screw you over. Sometimes we get put into the same situations or the same type of relationships, not so much in the fact of like, hey, this is karma. It's to help you understand and to give you an opportunity to practice discernment. Is this person true? Am I being defensive? What else is happening here? Like what else do I need to, I don't want to say what I need to learn, but it's more of like you feeling like you need to protect this dream from this person, and you don't want to tell them everything because in a way it kind of like makes you defensive. So evaluate that. Ask the higher ups for assistance. And your oracle for the week is the Strength card. Now I want to read that one because I don't typically pull the Strength card. So let's see. This card indicates a time where you need to tap into your reserve of strength and resilience. There may be things coming up in your life right now that require your courage and the willingness to be uncomfortable. Our ability to adjust to any transition, loss, or change will depend on our patience in riding out the storm. Sometimes we have to do this without a map. Whatever is coming up for you right now, understand that it will pass, and you just need to believe that you can move through it. And check this out. The animal attached to this card that you can work with is the orca. It is also known as the killer whale for its hunting ferocity, but is simultaneously thought of as a gentle giant. They live in the same pod for their entire life, and they rely on one another to hunt and protect the pod. In this way, Orca shows us that we are not alone. It encourages you to hold counsel and call on community as you navigate through rough waters. The plant is a sycamore. I'll have y'all look that up. And the stone is the labradorite. And labradorite is a stone that can open up our psychic intuitive abilities while also strengthening our will and protecting our personal energies. And I can have y'all look that up for yourselves if y'all want any more info. But I will leave it at that because I think it's a great week. It's a great week for y'all. Don't underestimate your ability, and don't underestimate your community. Step outside of yourself this week. Not only with physical people around, but also with spiritual. All right, well, that is it. If y'all have any questions, comments, complaints, or if y'all just want to vent about whatever, y'all can email, call, text, whatever y'all want. And yeah, be careful and stay juicy.